views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and participants, and do not necessarily reflect the official policies or positions of City World Media, LLC, or its affiliates. All shows are produced with full participant consent. City World Media does not claim ownership of any third-party music featured and uses all tracks only with proper permissions or licenses granted by their respective rights holders. City World Media operates in accordance with fair use and digital broadcast guidelines on all platforms. From my city to your world, we are City World. Thank you for watching.
Yeah. 24 hours of peace, peace, love, unity, safely having fun. Real hip-hop for the people. It's an engagement. It's a demonstration. Using hip-hop culture to get you activated. Let the people hear the bass and the vibration, the love, peace, unity, and watch them add on. It's a culture. It's not just rapping. It's not what we do. It's how we do it. We're doing it right here, Springfield Avenue, between Bergen and Plum. 24 hours straight, man. It's crazy.
Shit. We the people. The people of the culture.
Yeah, Ron Lawrence. Fire.
The hip-hop culture.
Yo, we love rap.
Yes,
love
we do.
it. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Yeah. But it's really about the culture.
Yeah, let them know, Hot.
The realness. The culture. Yeah.
What up, man?
You know a hard head makes a soft behind. If I only knew my schoolwork like I knew them rhymes. Mom upside my head, I'm trying to memorize every line. High power rap and breaks, super rhymes. Deep into the culture, didn't even know it. Young entrepreneurs spitting bars like a poet in a rush to be mature behind bars when we blow it. In the bold ass rappers too immature to outgrow it. It was more than just music, something next to breathing. I get giddy like a baby trying to spit while I'm teething. The mic I be squeezing, dropping facts like I'm teaching. Leaking flows for the perfect beat seeking. Mama used to say, take your time, young man. But I'm trying to feel a light so you can see it when I tan. I'm like one I never ran, I'm a fan but never stand. Just take it backwards to the east, X and out the clan.
Holy integrated, having omnipresent, we are.
But no one stopped to think about the people.
Holy integrated, having omnipresent, we are.
But no one stopped to think about the people.
Pueblo Unido, grassroots Steve Biko. Rule number one, never forget the people. I live that, I give back. Heart all in it, no gimmicks, straight facts. From the start, I'm the light from the dark. Born from black art, knew my part. Daddy gave me, mama made me. Newark raised me, hip hop saved me. For the culture now, for the black and brown. Harriet Underground, sun up to sundown. Till my people get out. North to down south, spread like word of mouth. While you cowards is hooded, we ballot a bullet. Black lives to the fullest. Out here to the end, stronger together, that's the day we win.
Holy integrated, having omnipresent, we are.
But no one stopped to think about the people.
Holy integrated, having omnipresent, we are.
Yeah. But no one stopped to think about the people.
The legends before me are ones I wanted to get it like, but hitting quick hit different when hitting right. Mob ties, this thing of ours is birthrights. Who's next for the culture and them searchlights? Do it to it, this music, I'm trying to talk through it. Every plan on my own, I watch the lie do it. Airborne to Tuskegee, like I'm Wendell Pruitt. Trumpets blow, this song's here, melodic ruins. Think for it before they have to think for 'em. Boom bap, I talk that and live enormous. Informers when present in your boy performing, especially when them drums snap by Ryan Lawrence. Do it all, that poet talk of the line crosser. Many hawk and I speak by your flying saucers. Make it worth it, I can't take no feeble offers. Signed, sealed, and delivered, and you know the offer.
Holy integrated, having omnipresent, we are.
But no one stopped to think about the people.
Holy integrated, having omnipresent, we are. Hip hop, the people.
What's good? What's good? What's goody, man? It's your cousin Ghost Boogie, man. Tonight is a special night. I can't say enough about this artist that we have in this guest. Tonight's guest is Hakim Green, one half of Channel Live, the East Orange duo behind MAD IZM, one of the defining hip hop records of the 1990s, created alongside KRS-One. Hakim's history runs deeper than one song. He came up through New Jersey hip hop as a dancer before stepping forward as an MC. He witnessed the rise of each East Orange artist, built Channel Live with Tuffy Morgan, and helped create music rooted in skill, knowledge, street experience, and social awareness. Station identification, this album right here, basically gave Channel Live a national platform, but the full story reaches beyond the album and beyond MAD IZM. Hakim has worked as an artist, organizer, educator, entrepreneur, and community advocate. Through MAD IZM and 24 Hours of Peace, he's continued connecting hip-hop with youth outreach, political awareness, cannabis reform, violence prevention, and community responsibility. He's also entering a new chapter with records including Reckless, Commentating, and You Can't Hurry Bud. This music reflects where he stands today while keeping the same foundation he built his name on. Tonight I want to get into the early East Orange scene, the partnership between Hakim and Tuffy, the influence of KRS-One, the creation and impact of MAD IZM, the business lessons behind the music, the years the public did not see, and the work Hakim believes still needs to be documented. So without further ado, let me welcome to the platform the one and only Hakim Green, y'all. Welcome in, family.
Peace, 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 and peace, everybody. Salute, salute, salute.
Salute.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate the warm welcome. That was a dope intro. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, hey, when Soul Rack reached out, and shout out to Soul Rack for hooking this up. And,
You know what I mean?
And Tom.
Tom.
And Tom, yes.
Ralston in the building.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Excited right now.
To the family. And we've got DJ Nestle Quick tomorrow with Tom. So it's going to be a dope episode tomorrow as well. B-Boys will be here tomorrow. But I want to take a moment to cover basically what we just saw, the song. And as I always like to say, for the folks that may have heard that song a million times, or also the folks that may be hearing that for the first time, could you please, set the table, as I say, and add some additional morsels and some additional flavor and seasoning to what they just heard, or some stories behind it, or the reason why, what was important?
Yeah, so that was Real Hip Hop for the People, which is on the upcoming album, The Hakim Green Show, Music and Culture.
Yes, sir.
The video was shot live and direct at 24 Hours of Peace 2022. We had already been doing 24 Hours of Peace, which is an annual peace festival in Newark, New Jersey. We'd already been doing it every year since 2010. That particular year, we had Queen Latifah as a co-host. We had Faith Evans, Fabulous, Fabio Foreign, G Herbo, Mr. C, rest in peace. You see Young Guru, DJ for Jay-Z throughout the video, taking pictures. He's a Newark native.
Yes.
Big support of 24 Hours of Peace. Who else we have? G Herbo, I said. We had a gang of folks. We do a lot of it. Lil C's, big shout out. Big shout out to Peter Guns, who came through with some love. CO Smooth was there. Got to make sure I catch everybody. That DJ Little Man, enough respect. Jersey Club. So, 24 Hours of Peace was our offering as hip hop to combat violence and crime in the Newark community. Watching the Newark Anti-Violence Coalition for 5.5 years straight protest violence and crime in Newark. And it just wanted to add on. And to me, the most logical way to add on as hip hop is with hip hop. Throw a stage in the middle of the block. You know what I'm saying? You get people wrapped around peace, love, unity, safely having fun. You connect with the social service workers who are doing the work every single day.
Yeah.
provide, support for people going through trials and tribulations, people, families who are dealing with murders and homicides and physical trauma, domestic violence, police brutality, all the different forms of violence that we deal with, physical and economic and mental, spiritual, emotional. We can use hip hop to help address all of those different issues. And we saw what
Yeah.
happened. Stop the violence movement, self-destruction back in the late 80s, early 90s. We all in the same game. We already got the example. We got the example. Let's use hip hop for something much greater than what mainstream media wants to, have us believe it is.
Yes.
20,000 people come out to Newark, New Jersey every year for 20 Miles apiece. This year is August 28th, August 29th. The lineup is crazy. DMC, Memphis Bleak, Freeway, Brother J, Eric Sermon, MC Light. Did I say DMC from Run DMC? We're doing a special mixtape tribute with Ron G and Doo-Wop. We got Fetty Wap, Mariah the Scientist, and I got more, but I want to keep it under.
Keep it.
I keep it close. You know what I mean? Big
And what's
shout
the date?
August 28th, 29th, right there on Broad and Market in the heart of downtown Newark, New Jersey. 24 hours straight. You saw the video, Real Hip Hop for the People. So 24 hours straight. We start at 6 p.m. on Friday. We go to 6 p.m. on Saturday. Straight through.
All night long, all morning long. You got breakfast and all of that stuff, I hope.
We do have a senior breakfast. We feed over 100 seniors every year. We do a gospel ensemble. We do yoga in the morning, 7 o'clock. Thai Day, big shout out. Health and wellness with Hakim Green and Indio Champ and Nikki D. Nikki D from Def Jam.
Daddy's little girl, bro. Man.
We're doing an activation called Basketball as Life, using basketball as a critical thinking life skills tool. What else we got going on? We got spoken word with Sister Queen. We got sweet every year. It's just peace, love, unity, safely having fun.
Man, that's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. That sounds like a great event. And I wish I wasn't all the way over here in Colorado, or I'd be able to join y'all.
Oh, and just to let you know, all we do is spark MADism.
Hey, look, I am definitely one that is part of like the Be Real Cypress Hill community, and I owe a lot to the reason why, as I was telling you earlier on about like my health journey when COVID happened and all of that stuff, and I found out I had cancer originally. Basically, I was watching a Dr. Green Thumb show every single day when the pandemic was happening, and they were live every single day, and even before that. And it was just one of those things that, through them and the folks that I connected with online, the community, and I can't say enough. So I use and have used, I'm actually on a break right now because of with this new cancer diagnosis and stuff like that. I wanted to be as present as possible, but I have used, and I can tell everybody out there, like, I'm anti-painkillers or anti-opiates, and one of the most effective things to fight pain is Rick Simpson oil. And I can also say that cannabis helped me through my COVID. Like, I died once just from COVID alone. And you would think that smoking cannabis and herb would be counterintuitive, but it actually helped alleviate my symptoms from COVID, and even helped my lung functioning and all of that stuff. So look, Rick Simpson oil, man, there's something out there, RSO or SHO, depending on the method it is. But if you need relief with pain, you don't have to take some of these, chemicals that are made in the lab. You can go ahead and just get the full compound of a plant that was provided to you on this earth by the Creator to be able to heal. So much love. And I got a bunch of folks in here that are like Maurice and all of them.
Mad
Yes.
Dabbers.
Mad Dabbers, that's right. So, you know, that sounds like an amazing event. And you know, what we're gonna do is, before we get into anything else, like we always do about this time, we always start off with the first question. And the first question is always, you know, basically, tell me your first memory that you have associated with hip hop. You know, put me in the room, put me in the environment, the space. You know, what were the smells? What were the sounds? Who were the people that are around? And more importantly, or most importantly, what was it about that memory and experience that helped get you from that first moment to where you are now? You know, what was the important thing about that?
All right, I came up in the 70s.
Yes, sir. We about the same age. We just a couple years apart.
So we used to say word is bond to the almighty Quran. Everybody had an attribute, Malik or Hassan. We wanted to be down by law. Records in the drawer. Windbreaker suit, linoleum on the floor. We used to write in bubbles, matching shirt for all the couples. Some hopped on the 1 or 2s, throwing wax by the doubles. They say 1 for the treble, 2 for the bass. That's why I iron my late. So anyway, I go back to when we didn't call hip hop hip hop. It was just the shit we was doing.
Yeah.
And a big part about that, as an 8-year-old, 9-year-old, 10-year-old, you wanted to have a code. So word is bond was a code. Your word had to be your bond.
Mm-hmm.
Down by law. A different law that unified hip hop culture before we called it hip hop culture. We talking about fuller wave grease, wave caps. We talking about graffiti. We talking about breakdancing. We talking about DJing. We talking about, you know, wearing graffiti on your shirt, having artistic expression on you, having living the essence of artistic expression. Before we called it hip hop, it was just culture. Rap music is what we were listening to, but not just rap music. It was all types of music. There was punk music, there was rock and roll. It was, we was kind of forced to, because, which was a good thing, because you couldn't get access to black music like that. Mainstream media, was very mainstream, and black people were. And I was telling somebody earlier today that, you know, Michael Jackson had a problem getting on MTV. So we were living this thing that wasn't about what everybody else was doing. We had kind of our own thing, and we were insulated, and we didn't really give a flying F about what anybody else was doing.
And you can cuss.
Oh, yeah. Good. Mainstream culture was like, nah, we're not doing that. Whatever's in the mainstream is what we're not doing.
Yeah.
Somebody was talking about that earlier. I think it was Ninth Wonder. How when you look at all the top 40 records from the late 80s, early 90s, we wasn't checking for that shit. We had our own thing, and we didn't judge it by how many units you sold, or was it hot or not?
Was it fresh? Yeah.
Was it fresh? I remember being 9 years old, and there was a legendary MC that passed earlier this year. His name is Mike C. And Mike
Yes,
C.
rest in peace.
Influence on Tretch. Mike C's influence on Redman. Mike C's influence on hip hop. Really, like, this dude was off the head for days, songs for days. He a lot like DMX in his demeanor, a lot like Tupac's in his demeanor, but before both of them. The first time I saw Mike C rap I was 9 years old. That's the first time I saw anybody rap live, like not on the radio. It's like, yo, what the hell I'm amazed that he's just saying these words and making them rhyme. It's just going on and on and on and on and on. You know, this is like 79, 80. And of course, you got Rapper's Delight. You got High Power Rap by the Crash Crew. You got, it's this new thing. It's not, everybody's not about it. You special if you fuck with this shit right here.
Right.
My earliest memories of hip hop.
Man, that's dope. And you know, take me to what in the beginning, you know, in the very beginning when hip hop was really, coming on the scene and bubbling, in East Orange, what was the scene like, as far as, because I know you had I've the study that I've done on you was that you started writing your first rhyme at 8, 9 years old. So you're putting us at the same time frame
Yeah, nah,
as
I was about 10.
10. Okay.
So I saw Mike C
Yeah.
rhyme, and then
Okay.
there was a crew called the Stardust Three.
Okay.
Buddha Black, Asiatic, rest in peace, and Tiny T, rest in peace.
Peace.
Um, and like they're the ones I'm watching them. Like I'm too young to really, I can't go to parties, not doing none of that, right? But these guys are on like not even posters, but like sheets of paper with the Xerox copies of their face on a flyer. Stardust 3 opening up for a Super 6. And it's another OGs from that time. They were rhyming heavy with it. And they're going to be at Our Lady Helper Christians, or they're going to be at the Rally Racket Club. They might be opening up for Run DMC, not Run DMC, that's a little bit too late, but whoever the hot MC was at the time. So I'm seeing them and I know them from the park. So now I'm inspired to want to write my little rhymes. But there was Juvenile, I had like 3 rhymes all together, 8 bars here, 8 bars there. Right? But I kind of went away from MCing and I started really focusing in on the dance element of hip hop.
Yeah.
So by like time 86, 87 rolls around, like I'm recognized like as a ill dancer. I'm in the city, 87, 88, 89. I'm kind of getting my chops up over there. I went to school in New York City, and then coming home to Jersey and going to the different club scenes, Club 88, Zanzibar. Like I started to really get a ill reputation as a dancer. So Naughty by Nature, who I went to high school with,
Yes, sir.
the new style, actually before they were the new style, I've known KG since the 6th grade. I've known Vinny and Tretch since high school. I was there. Their first performance together was my senior year talent show. I seen that happen. Me and KG had homeroom. Now we're all again living this culture that we don't even realize what we're doing.
Yeah, it was the new style that you were a dancer with.
Yeah,
You know
so
what I
it's
mean?
like, I'm background dancer for the new style and other artists, right? And then while I'm on tour with another artist, doing background, my Scoop and Scrap, IOU dancer type background hip hop dancing.
What other artist was it?
So Nicole, who was signed to Sleeping Bag Records, she had a record called Happiness, it was a dance record.
Okay, I know exactly that song. Yeah.
Yeah. So then it was that, and then there was an artist named Princessa. So Princessa was the featured rap artist on a Austrian pop record called "Show You How to Dance" that charted on MTV, whatever. So big record, traveling the country, traveling all around with Princessa. I'm in Texas, and I hear OPP on the radio at like 3:00 in the afternoon while I'm sitting in a limousine, and it fucked my head up. I'm like, oh shit. That's when I started rapping again.
I got you. Man.
That's when I started rapping again. I watched Naughty by Nature, like when I say the impact of that group on hip hop culture and is seeing their journey as a group is like one of the most incredible things ever, yo. Like that's incredible to watch. Tretch is arguably one of the greatest rappers
Hands
of all
down.
time. Easily be top 5. Naughty by Nature could easily be top 5 rap group of all time, and they're from my hometown. I watched the whole thing go down. Like it's just amazing.
Yeah, Tretch is amazing, and Vinny is nice, and of course production and everything. Like they were a total package. And I remember kind of similarly the very first time I heard OPP, it was I had just got done DJing and had got home late and turned on one of the video shows or MTV, I forget whatever it was on, and that thing came on, and I was just like,
immediately,
what is this? And then how quick he was spitting and just like just riding the beat and just
he's iconic, bro. So I heard OPP over the phone maybe
Over
like
the phone.
so I heard it over the phone about 4 or 5 months before that. So one of our other old friends, Bubby, aka Kevin Jackson, he ran Naughty Store for Vin during like after they hit, right? So he's like very close. One of the background dancers that I danced with to back them up, right? The new style, later to be Naughty by Nature. So he played it for me over the phone. And then so when I heard it on the radio, I'm like, and then they said who it was, and I lost my mind. I was like, yo, they did it. I synced it.
Yeah. I mean, that was a proud moment then.
Oh
You
my
felt
God.
that.
East
It's like that
Orange,
Goodfellas scene
East
where
Orange.
they pulled off the robbery and you're in the shower like, yeah, like, you know what I mean?
Man. But I also want to shout out the artifacts.
Oh my God, yeah.
I've known L since I was about 9 years old, doing flips off of cars and all types of running around East Orange crazy on some, real young boy shit. And then of course their impact on the world of graffiti
Yes.
was another big thing that was in East Orange. We had a lot of dope artists. Big shout out to Max, big shout out to Burn. Um, you know, like they represented that element of like every real hip hopper is proficient in more than one element, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like I MC, but also dance.
You break
Right.
B-boy, yeah.
Great B-boy. You could DJ, rhyme, graffiti artist, DJ. Like if you really about the culture, you're proficient in more than one element. And they like are the complete embodiment of MC-manship, you know what I'm saying, rapping and graffiti art. Like that's very, very dope.
That is dope. You
That's
know,
very
I wanted to ask you, who would you say would be someone from that era that you felt should have gotten a chance, and if they would have got a chance, they would have been just as big, but didn't get an opportunity to shine?
that's an ill question. There's really too many to name, to be honest.
Understood.
So it's like people who like the Mike C's of the world. When I say like, but things happen. You got damn, I mean, bless you. Um, I mean, my cousin Mike, you know what I'm saying? My cousin Mike is nice. The Noisy Neighbors was a rap group, and they were signed to Flavor Unit. That could have took up. I had a friend, Maestro, who I actually met when he was going to Uppsala College, which was it's a college in East Orange. I mean, he's one of the nicest I've ever seen. He would be like a Biggie, Jay-Z type of feel.
Okay.
Man, it's really too many to name, bro. It's so much.
Understood.
It's so much talent. Slang Tongue, who was down with the Outsiders, who passed away. He would have been somebody to be like reckoned with in terms of a career and legacy, a strong legacy. So a lot of the Outsiders, Young Z, as is Eminem, Slang Tongue is like a very influential person in that little. Damn, who else? Anyway, yeah, that's a
I
few.
got you. Well, hey man, salute to them, and I always want to like because I always love the underground culture and the scene, because in every single city there was always the underground, right? And that's kind of how it started. And the idea of this podcast is not only to show flowers to established artists, but also to take up and coming and really highlight underground scenes from all different areas, and give them an opportunity to unite, and instead of being siloed off. And we've had a tremendous amount of projects that have spawned with underground artists where like we're over like 50 collaborations already, it just from linking artists together. So it's dope to be able to do that, because that's the kind of the dream and the vision too with this.
And life is a steady life is steady, right? So
Yeah.
people who haven't made it, we might be hearing them tomorrow.
Yes.
You know,
Absolutely. They just need a chance. You know what I
they,
mean?
I mean, and right now with technology, the way things are, you can create your own chance, your own opportunity,
Yes.
and the way the culture, you talk about the underground, like where
Hmm.
it's returning is in these underground spaces that aren't mainstream, but people still have a great following,
Yeah.
and doing some big things. I just did an interview with D1 not too long ago on the Drink Champs,
Salute to
and
him.
you
Yeah.
know, he's somebody who's still grinding. But when you go on his YouTube channel, this dude has tens of millions of views, and people are checking for him. He just hasn't necessarily popped yet. Like, but then again, what does that really mean? If you're doing what you love and you're able to sustain yourself and keep going and get your message out, you know what I'm saying? I think that counts for a lot. We want to make as much money as we possibly can, no doubt.
Mhm.
But having that message out there is also important.
Yeah, I mean, there's that whole fine line that you have to walk, especially as you begin to pop and the mainstream starts getting their hooks in you,
Hmm.
where it starts trying to compromise your original message. And you have a lot of people, trying to destroy kind of like the core message and the core values that you have because you start getting pulled one way or the other. And, when I love the fact that nowadays you have the ability, like you said, to touch, find your community, build your community, and directly interact with your community one
Yeah.
on one,
Hmm.
and not have to wait and put together an album and hope that the record label puts it out.
Yeah, like you said, you doing collabs, you know what I'm saying? You putting artists together and creating synergy and energy
Yeah,
around something that's on the underground, and we create some new shit that's like, oh shit, that's the new shit. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So
that's ill.
yeah.
You know, um, you know, I want to know like when you had taken a chance to go from the entire OPP like experience when you started, you were b-boying, you're on tour, and you heard that, and you're like, it's time for me to pick up this pen again. All
Yeah,
right, and
absolutely.
and walk me through that, evolution in regards to, you know, when you started doing that, who was the first one that you let hear your rhymes, and who was the first one that gave you the cosign, was like, that's it?
It would have to be Tuffy. Right.
Tuffy.
So I'm doing my background dancing for Nicole Princessa. I go to Montclair State, right? Tuffy's already there. He's a year ahead of me.
Okay.
Right. So we had a party. I don't know him though. At a party. Party was hot. She was lit. She was fly. Dope college parties, Montclair State through dope college parties.
Yeah.
So there's a cipher of dancers that battle each other. And I see two cats. They seem like they. So I go and I serve these jokers. Serve. I see Tough on the side. I was like, yo, easy. And Tough comes over. He's served these jokers. Those jokers turned out to be Wyclef and Pras.
Whoa. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, on the dance floor. He had to serve him up. This was crazy. So I ended up seeing Tuffy later that week on campus. And told him I had an opportunity because the guy that I was dancing with behind Nicole, he disappeared. So I'm like,
Okay.
we're trying to fill this spot. You need to cut. He's like, I don't know, I don't know. Like, bro, I'm telling you, I'm getting money. Just it's good. We traveling the country, just dancing, doing what we do. It's easy. It's easy. It's easy. So he eventually decided to join me on the road, and we ran around the country, doing background dancing for about a year and a half. Then we in Texas. I hear the Naughty record, OPP. So homegirl Princessa, she was always freestyling off the head, always freestyling, right? We used to joke, laugh, whatever. She making jokes, but she's always freestyling. When I heard OPP, I started freestyling off the head. Tuffy was laughing at me. Oh, now you want to be a rapper now. Oh, you funny. Oh, first you want to be the background, and now you want to be a rapper. All right, all right. So about 6, 7, 8 months in, I'm spitting them rhymes, and it's getting better and better and better and better. He's like, all right. So I was like, now it's your turn. I was writing his rhymes
Okay.
for a hot second. And then he started writing his own rhymes, and he was like, he ended up, in my opinion, hotter than me. I was like, oh shit, this motherfucker. But yeah, that's how it all kind of jumped off. And then I had a crew of folks that I went to college with or ran the club scene with, New York City, Disco, Noel, Selwyn, and we were all freestyling off the head and have these ciphers that lasted for hours and hours and hours and hours. A lot of those guys ended up in the MAD IZM video, and that's the whole idea of the representing the cipher in the video. Talib Kweli's also in that cipher, and so was John Forte. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, John Forte, man.
Yeah, man. Yes. So that was kind of like the thing. And then I was recording with a production company based in Brooklyn who was Nicole's producers, right? And they were kind of more or less in the R&B. So they, even though we were signed to them as rappers, they wasn't trying to really put nothing behind it. They didn't believe in it. So he jokingly, sarcastically, he let us go. And he was like, yeah, because I was opening up lectures for KRS-One. We wasn't doing music with KRS-One yet. So he was like, you need to track down KRS-One. Maybe he could do something for you.
So tell me about that. That's interesting. So you said you were opening up lectures for KRS-One. In what capacity?
Yeah. Well, I was a school teacher by day.
Okay.
School teacher by day, college student / club head by night.
What were you teaching?
I taught social studies.
Dope.
Junior high school social studies from 1990 to 94. So myself and two friends of mine, Rodney Jackson and Hassan Sharif, big shout out.
Yeah.
After school program called Act Now, African Children of Tomorrow Now, where we had compiled a syllabus of African authors, African-centered authors, everybody from Dr. Ben, John Henrik Clark, Ivan Van Sertima, all the great, Afrocentric scholars, historians, anthropologists, and we put a nice little curriculum together that went from ancient Kemet, i.e. Egypt, West African civilization, Songhai, Ghana, Mali, what that was about, the Moorish conquest of Spain, what that was about, slavery, how we got, the whole slave trade. And then on through the 60s was a whole year long. So we did that for 4 years. We did it for 3 years. 2 years at the high school and then 1 year at the junior high school that I taught at. And taking the kids to go see various lectures, KRS-One being one of them. He got used to seeing my face, asking questions at the lectures. And then at one of them, at Montclair State, actually, he was like, Hakim, I've been looking for you. I want to ask you something. After the lecture, come backstage. I want to ask you. So I brought my Tuffy with me. And he's like, I want you to open up my lectures for me. I'm doing a lecture tour, Human Education Against Lies with Dr. Leonard Jeffries. And, since you're an educator, you're in the school system, you can talk about what it's like from behind enemy lines. So I opened up a couple lectures, and that's how our, relationship kind of started. And then about 6, 7 months later, this guy, acting the fool, made that comment. So I started searching for KRS-One, going to different clubs that he would show up at, performances, hit him off with the demo. He got back to me, invited me and Tuffy to the studio, the D&D, to record some joints. Now, we had already been we had our little demo. We had been, rhyming, MCing, recording seriously since 90, So 92, 93. We hook up with Chris 93. He calls us back. We start putting the demo together. 94.
Yep.
No. We started working in 93. We did the demo. We shopped the deal. We signed the deal. 94.
Yep.
Single comes out 95. Single comes out. Album comes out 95.
Album comes out in 95, but what was so
March
unique about the way that they released Mad IZM, and like I always have, like, I tried to find my white label Mad IZM, but you know, this one is maintained.
Happy saying, I can't take the stress on the brain.
There's doubles in this one, of course. You know, you always got to have your doubles, but
throwing wags by the doubles. Big shout out to Domingo on the production and the mix.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Big shout out to him. Domingo's my guy. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So the thing is that was unique about that is that the approach that Capitol took is they released to college record pools and the underground scene way before, and it was in 94, at the end of 94, that they released, you know, without any Capitol, nothing. It was just white labeled.
No, that's not true.
It's not true?
No, it's not true.
And that's what I had researched, but okay, you set the story straight for me then.
All right, so we big shout out to Malik Levy,
Okay.
07 Self, and Matt Robinson. Matt Robinson was president of Black Music at Capitol. 07 Self was the head of marketing, and Malik Levy was the A&R. And we were shopping. We were shopping the deal. Ran a bunch of independent labels. A friend of mine, Amelia Moore, big shout out to her, was working at Atlantic with Kevin Whitley. We took a meeting with Sylvia Rohn. She passed. Amelia takes the demo tape, sends it to Malik. Malik calls me. Yo, I got your demo tape from, is KRS-One involved in this? Sure is. All right, I'm flying out to New York from California. I want to meet you guys. So he met with me and Tuffy, felt the vibe, and was like, all right, I want to pitch a deal. And then LO came back with Matt Robinson, and we sat with Chris, and we worked out the details of the deal, signed the deal. So LO and Malik had capital punishment that it was like an independent kind of operation that they wanted to put it out as a white label, so it seemed like it was that type of energy.
Got you.
But it was actually Capital. It's part of the program.
Yeah.
It was a brilliant program, by the way. Big shout out to LO7 Self. Big shout out to Malik Levy. Big shout out to Earl Patton. Big shout out to Jihad. Big shout out to Shah Wisdom. Rest in peace. Those are the folks over at Capitol who made that a go in real time. Of course, we had KRS-One rolling around with Boogie Down Productions. Big shout out to Mad Lion. Big shout out to G Simone.
Yeah.
Like, having that type of energy meant something in the streets at the time, right? And then you had the label, from the label side, some cats who had what they were thinking, like, how can we approach this with Capital support but make it seem like it's an independent movement and service college, the underground scene. It wasn't something that was straight to radio. We had to work mixtapes. Big shout out to DJ Clue. Big shout out to DJ Doo-Wop. Big shout out to Ron G. Big shout out to all the mixtape DJs who made Mad IZM a go. And that type of energy caused a wave where it was undeniable at radio once it got there. Great plan.
Wake up in the morning, got the Unifor herb, which loosens up the nails. Man, come on, man. Like that when I first, like, just that whole, and I can just remember like the turntablists, and then any type of like MC battles or anything, man, like that instrumental and everything, like that was one of the ones that everybody wanted to go over the top of and spit. Like it was the song, especially during that time. And, it was, also associated with cannabis culture and everything like that. And you helped, be one of the forefathers, you know, and shout out to
Uh-huh.
Cypress Hill and everything like that. Because Cypress Hill is like one of the first to really
Legends.
put it on the map and be like out
Oh,
there with it, right? And
legend.
then folks started, but when you guys put it out there, MAD IZM and everything like that, it was just it was a whole different thing, which, you know, is basically taken, you know, into the current day. You know, you have MAD IZM TV and you know, everything, madism.com, and you can find all of these things, and all of the links are in the bio and
That is
description.
Inc.com.
It's right there underneath his name, and I've still messed it up.
Inc.com. Also,
Yeah.
24 Hours of Peace Inc.com. 24
Yes.
HRSOFPEACEINC.com. Go check them out.
Absolutely. You know, so it was something that just has been, you know, a springboard. And my question to you is that, you know, when that album came out and, you know, that one single was just such a big thing, do you think that Capital did you justice in regards to pushing the follow-ups off of the album?
Yeah, well, it's a complicated story. You know, I wouldn't say it was on Capitol. We would definitely like to have seen them do more, but it was more of timing. Um, Capital was going through mergers and, you know, being
Mhm.
passed around. You know, it went to it merged with EMI, so they
Yep.
shut down that department. Um, EMI took Portrait Tracy Spencer, excuse me, and Channel Live, and then did their deal with Virgin, and then, you know, nothing happened with Tracy Spencer after. Nothing happened with Portrait after. Nothing happened with Channel Live after. Kind of everything kind of like, and we didn't have the wherewithal to really push. We had Maintain, we had Live for Hip Hop, which were two dope songs off the album that we did for EMI. But we didn't have the wherewithal to really make a push. You know, we had the hit of Channel, I mean, of Madism, excuse me. We had the Madism. Year and a half, 2 years later, we got Maintain,
Mhm.
and no way to really work it. We had no idea, so we just yeah, had to find other things to do,
Understood.
and that's how the Madism jumps off.
Yeah. You know, and I watched that interview that you gave, and this is something that I didn't know, was that you had made mention that 106 in Park started at your house. The whole get down of it formed like it, you know, it formed, and everything that was like the nucleus or the womb for 106 in Park.
Yeah,
Tell
yeah.
that story if you don't mind.
So myself, AJ Calloway, video director, film director now, TV director now, Benny Boom, and big shout out to George Hickenbottom,
Yeah.
shared like a little mini mansion in Brooklyn. And Wild Out 2K, which is the video we shot for Flavor Unit off the Arm a Ghetto project, was shot at that house. And so AJ was there when he was auditioning for 106 in Park. The creator, one of the creators of 106 in Park, Lee Harris, big producer for TV film. He's done everything from Fox to BT to MTV.
Hmm.
He's the one who brainchild 106 in Park. When AJ left, Lee took his place. So, like, we saw kind of 106 in Park being formed in our house. Like, a lot of things that happened was either conversation for when somebody came back to the crib, or idea wise, something like Benny Boom. We did this project for Flavor Unit called Arm a Ghetto, produced by Mike City, featuring
Yes.
Carl Thomas, Miss Toy. Anyway, oh,
I've
Black Rob.
got
No,
I've
Black
got that
Rob,
over there.
Method Man, Queen Latifah. Let me not
Yep.
forget. Yeah, let me not forget.
All
Uh,
hail to the queen.
all hail to the Queen, Queen Latifah, who actually made it all possible with Flavor Unit, Warner Brothers. Big shout out to Shakim. That came about 1999, 2000. Benny had been working in film and TV under Hype Williams, Little X, Paul Hunter, Chris Robinson, Tuffy and I actually myself, I worked for Classic Concepts back in the 80s as summer job. You know, I go work in film, 88, 89, 90. So understanding he had the wherewithal to execute a video was nothing. So we went to Shakim and Latifah and was like, listen, we want Benny Boom to shoot this video. This is my guy. You know, he has promised as a filmmaker, he needs to do this video. And they allowed us to do that video, Wild Out 2K. And Benny put his foot all the way in it. Like for it to be his first look, the way that was executed and the way he delivered that story is incredible. I suggest everybody YouTube after Wild Out 2K by Channel Live. And just to think that Benny Boom directed it and how it looks, the visuals, every cinematography, everything about it is just next level. And he goes on to be one of the greatest video directors of all time. Yeah.
That's dope, man. Cause yeah, he was, and I know exactly that video. That was so ill. And you know, that in itself, you know, Flavor Unit and getting in and taking a step back, you know, you were around a tremendous amount of people, you know, throughout the 90s, and like people refer to it as the golden era, the classic era, the, you know, all of that stuff, right? You know, and I think that it is absolutely from, you know, mid 80 on to, you know, that 90s era that really cemented, you know, hip hop, and it put it where it is today, which is integrated in every single aspect and facet of every single culture there is. I mean, I didn't ever think I'd see the day that there would be hip hop in country music, you know, the absolute polar opposites, you know, and, you know, you've got hip hop and country music and all of that stuff, man. Like, it's crazy.
Grandmaster Caz says hip hop didn't invent anything. It reinvented everything.
Yes.
Right. So every other form of music can be affected by hip hop. How we look at it, how we express it. Hip hop, you know, is just how we as a people express culture that's going on around us. There's a certain vibration, there's a certain energy that is hip hop that translates. That's why I say hip hop is not what we do, is how we do it.
Yeah.
Right. So you can be an educator, a school teacher, and be hip hop. You could be a doctor and be hip hop. You could be a DJ and be hip hop. You can be so many different things: lawyers, attorneys, accountants, filmmakers. There's so many different ways to express hip hop. Don't just relegate it to rap music. Fashion industry has been heavily influenced by hip hop. You know, how we express the world around us and we put that image on a thing, be it a vocal image or a visual, a vocal recording or a visual, or the way we chop the beat, the way we sample the record. It's not just the fact that we sampled the record, it's the way we sampled it, it's how we chopped it and looped it. It's an approach to a record. It's not just, you know, okay, it's a country record, but the approach to it was fucking just so hip hop. Like, it's that shit. Like that, you know, hip hop is a powerful tool, man. We should utilize it more effectively, I think.
Yeah. I mean, it's something that should be held sacred, because I know for a fact that, you know, I'm very fortunate to have discovered, you know, this album right above me, Criminal Minded, and of course, you know, all of Chuck D, you know, Public Enemy.
You know who put me on the Criminal Minded, bro?
Who was that?
DJ KG from Naughty by Nature. I walk in the
Man, I
home.
love KG.
I walk in the homeroom class. He's sitting there with the fucking kid from Kid and Play joint.
Okay, you got the high top.
He got the 4-finger ring. He's got the jewelry, and he's just chilling. got the Criminal Minded album. I'm sitting in homeroom, 7:45 in the morning. Yo, what the fuck is that? You don't know about BDP Hot? Criminal Minded. I'm like, damn, these jokers sitting on the cover with guns. They ain't trying to sell no records.
I mean, it was a
That's
whole
exactly how it went in 1986, bro.
yeah, man. 86. That's the reason why I say like 86, you know, you had Rakim and BDP hitting the scene, and it was just a whole different energy and movement. And I credit, here's the thing that I credit, you know, of course, KRS-One and Chuck D and, you know, groups like basically X Clan and all of the positive hip hop that it really did open my eyes up. And then of course I was fortunate enough to have some classes in high school that were just like what you had taught, where you know, it was African studies, and really taught me the real, you know, the real history, and had an opportunity to challenge what I had been indoctrinated with. And it's like, whoa, all of this
Yeah.
stuff that I've been taught and I had to write reports on, you know, didn't necessarily go down the way that I've been told. And, you know, and it opened my eyes. And if it wasn't for, you know, those individuals, you know, it would not have, you know, my upbringing and the way and the direction of my life. Just like you said, you know, how hip hop has a chance to recreate, you know, it recreated me, because I was always a individual that listened to music, and I called myself a DJ since 3, because I started collecting vinyl. I had a Fisher Price record player, all that stuff, man. And it was something I wanted to do, and I always loved funk, being originally from Cincinnati, Ohio, and you know, all of that stuff. And when hip hop, and especially when they started sampling all of the records that I was listening to, I was like, yo, that's that, you know what I mean? And I just was someone that immersed myself in the music. And when I started getting fed, shall I say, right?
Yep.
And it started making me, they said this, let me go look for this, and let me think and do some more research, and started thinking for myself instead of what someone else was trying to tell me. And it helped me start using critical thinking, and I have nothing but hip hop to thank for that, right? And that's the reason why I hold those gentlemen and that era and those groups in such high reverence, and especially individuals like yourself, you know, that, I mean, Queen Latifah with the Flavor Unit and stuff like that. And then you think of Heavy D, that was, you know, rest in peace, and everybody that was, you know, all a part of that organization and crew that came in and out and, you know, moved as a unit. And it wasn't necessarily, everything was, there was a message to it, right? And there was really thought that was put into it.
Yes. So, because, you know, there was like groups like Tribe, De La,
Yes. Native tongues.
Native Tongues, right? And though the music wasn't always, say, conscious or positive, it was more of an energy. Again, like the clothes they wore, their hairstyles, the like they carried an energy that was very pro-black, Afrocentric, proud of yourself, self-esteem. There's a whole conversation about, you know, weaves and wigs and women who do that whole thing, and what do black men prefer really. And then the brothers walking around interviewing people, and overwhelmingly brothers are going, I prefer natural, I prefer and then women are like, well, ain't nobody's business. We do what we want to do. But it has a lot to do with, you don't feel proud of the hair that grows out of your head. You know what I mean? Like the hair that grows out of who you are. Now, you know, people like to get a little makeup here and there. Okay, nothing wrong with that. And do it, but to totally change and disfigure or add on and do things is really weird when you think about it. It's like your self-esteem is so low that you don't feel comfortable in your own skin.
Yeah, self-hatred almost to the point.
Right. So
Yeah.
De La Souls, the Tribe Called Quest, the Jungle Brothers, the Queen Latifahs, the Dread, the Black Sheeps, the Canes with the parts, and the kid with the high top, like your natural hair. Because we was rocking Jerry curls right before that. In New York City.
Absolutely.
Like Jerry curl was still big on the West Coast, but Jerry curl had a run in the tri-state area. I would say 81, like 80, 81, and maybe about 83. And then it kind of fell off the map. And then by 87, 86, 87, it got real, tribal,
Yeah.
real native,
Yeah.
real, but in a very fun, like wasn't like offensive. It wasn't aggressive. It was, man, well, when you get to X Clan, now when X Clan hit, they was just popping up on Video Music Box. And this is like shit.
Yeah, the video jukebox, man. Oh man.
Not jukebox, Video Music
Box, yeah.
Ralph McDaniel's Video Music
Where you
Box.
dialed in and you play, yeah.
No.
Oh no, I know what you're talking about. My bad.
Ralph McDaniel's Video Music. Ralph McDaniel's, it has one of the most important archives in hip hop history. He's
Okay.
got stuff dating back to the late 70s, video archives. He's been doing hip hop shows, interview platform, go to the different clubs, interview people on the spot, live and direct in the club. He's breaking records. Like when you were an up and coming artist in the 80s and the 90s, Video Music Box had to have your video. This is before the box. This
Okay.
is before Rap City.
Gotcha.
This is early, like you come home from school 3:30 in the afternoon. From 3:30 to 4:30 starts off with Houdini. Dun, 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 dun. You locked in at 3:30 right after school. You just posted up watching. That's every day from the 80s all the way up through the 90s was Ralph McDaniel's Video Music Box. I forget why.
Music Box.
How did I get to Ralph McDaniel's? What was I talking about?
Well, we were just talking about, like, basically the way that you had to have everything. You had to have something on Music Box, and basically breaking. He broke, and he had a big archive and all of that stuff.
Man,
Yeah.
just Video Music Box is one of the most important platforms in hip hop, period. And I really encourage everybody, if you don't know, go do your research. Ralph McDaniel's Video Music Box. He's got hip hop archives, New York City primarily, in the clubs, or he'll do in studio stuff, interviews all your favorite artists from Kane, the Biz, the Salt and Pepper, the Naughty, of course, Channel Live much later. But his Ralph is a very important part of hip hop history. Period. Point blank.
I'd love to be able to have a chance to talk music with him as well, man.
Oh yeah, it gets deep. It gets deep.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Big Sid. Big shout out to the other Tuffy. You got Tuffy from Channel Live. You got Big Tuffy from Video Music Box. Crazy Sam. You had to have seen or heard about Video Music Box before the day. Trust me. When you see it, you're gonna be like,
I know. Now that you talk about it, I remember. But like, I had a couple procedures, and I was under anesthesia today, so I'm in a low gear. But the thing that I want to ask is taking it back to Tuffy and taking it back to Channel Live for a moment, because the one thing is that set the record straight on Tuffy in regards to like where your relationship is with him now, and like how Channel Live stands as a group, and also
Tuffy's doing it. He's doing his thug thizzle. He's been on the West Coast since 2001. So the Armageddon project on Flavor Unit, right? Launched Benny Boom. It launched. Well, didn't really launch Mike City. I Wish I Never Met Her by Carl Thomas launched Mike City. Channel Live was the conduit between Mike City and Carl Thomas for that record off of Bad Boy. I Wish I Never Met Her. Big legendary R&B hit for
Oh man.
Carl Thomas. So Carl Thomas is, one of my closest friends. We've known each other since 1990. We've got recorded music between Carl Thomas and Channel Live that's like goes back to like 90, probably 3, 4, 6, 7.
Yo.
So we got joints on the Armageddon album with Carl Thomas. I Wish I Never Met Her jumped off right before Armageddon dropped. And then when Mike kind of blew up because I Wish I Never Met Her, Sunshine Anderson, Tuffy went to LA to work closely with Mike. And he's been out there ever since. And he's gotten to publishing and is killing the game in the publishing world. He doesn't want to be an artist anymore, so he's done with that. But Channel Live is legendary.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, maybe one day the brother might, change his mind.
I got you.
He's been known to, but I don't know. I can't promise anything. But I'm doing my thug thizzle. I'm laying it down as a solo artist. Hakim Green.
Yeah. And you mentioned Carl Thomas, and in my research, and correct me if I'm wrong, you were listed because I know you've A&R'd, you've done a tremendous amount of stuff. It's listed that you had involvement in that project, right?
Yeah. So Tuffy, big shout out to Mike City, who produced and wrote I Wish I Never Met Her.
Such amazing song.
My guy's one of the greatest hits of that decade. Like
I still play that one too. Like, you know what I mean?
Is off the chain. Like, big shout out to Carl Thomas. And I have a lot of work with Carl Thomas still yet to be dropped.
Let's go.
But Tuffy went to high school with Mike City. Big shout out to Willingsboro, where Tuffy's from. And then Mike City had been doing some stuff for various artists, the Rough Riders. He did some stuff for a few West Coast artists. He was running around with a company called Soul Life, which would then later produce Sunshine Anderson,
Yeah.
Anthony Hamilton.
Anthony Hamilton, man.
Yeah, oh my God. Yeah, you already know. Anthony Hamilton is one of the great vocalists of our time.
Me and Wifey shares a lot of memories and some good. That's some of our songs. This will be our 20th year together. Like, Anthony Hamilton is part of our soundtrack to our marriage, man. So shout out to Anthony Hamilton, man.
Yeah. So Tuff went on to the West Coast and he's been doing his thing out there. I stayed on the East Coast. So we started a company, IBC and Guerrilla Flicks. IBC was the film side. Guerrilla Flicks was the film side. IBC was the music side.
Okay.
We had a couple artists that we were managing, Bananas, Sam Scarfo, and Gorilla Pimp, which we would eventually land a deal with Def Jam. That didn't do what it expected, but Benny's done his thing. I've written several treatments for Benny, namely "Got Yourself" by Nas, and been the conduit for some big things, but more behind the scenes. And one of the bigger things was pushing this cannabis. So, from like the late 90s to the early 2000s, that was kind of like the hustle on the other side of the MAD IZM hit. It was like it just made sense to immerse myself in the cannabis world. And then, later on, it made sense to launch MAD IZM as a entertainment company. And that happened in 2017. Celebrated the 20th anniversary of the release of MAD IZM in 2015 with a song, Smoke MAD IZM with Tretch, Do It All, Keith Murray, produced by Domingo. Big shout out to my brother Domingo. Came back with Breakbeat Lou's production, What Is MAD IZM with KRS-One and General Steel. And then I was like, all right, let me get serious. Started the company, MAD IZM TV, MAD IZM Sports, the MAD IZM Cypher, and pushing that MAD IZM, being at the forefront with the song, of course, but then it, taking a lot of lumps in the early 2000s, pushing this culture as well. Opening up doors in a big way. It's good to see where it is, but it still has a long way to go.
I love the fact that, even on, your YouTube channel at MAD IZM, I put the link in the description for everybody to be able to click on and follow all notification bell, just like on this one too. But I love the fact that you have variety. You do artist interviews, but you also do sports too. Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah, matters in sport. Yeah. So
that's how'd that
that
start?
got created during COVID. Just us kicking it on the phone, and it was like, well, let's just do it online. And then there was right after I had started Madism Entertainment, Madism
Hmm.
Inc. So I was like, I'm gonna just do it under the Madism brand. I'm gonna be smoking. So I might as chief it up and talk sports. And we
Yeah.
know with NFL and NBA, cannabis has been embraced. The players are smoking. Doesn't seem to inhibit their play on the court. Maybe on the defensive end a little bit. I don't know. But it's a lot of smokers in the NBA, especially.
Absolutely. And you know what? And I give big props to the NBA for what they did in regards to basically making cannabis an approved substance for people to be able to use in regards to healing and regeneration and health and all of that stuff, and not making it something where they had to go and hide and all that. Shout out to G Dash. It's my co-host right there that couldn't be with us tonight.
Peace.
Basically, they were on the forefront of that, and mad love to you. I gotta ask, New York Knicks, are they your team?
No, actually, I don't have a team.
You don't have a team?
I go where LeBron James goes.
Okay, so you like one of my fellow Ohio natives, but were you happy to see the Knicks finally get a chip? Get that?
It was good to see the Knicks get a chip. I got a lot of friends who are Knicks fans, of course, being in the tri-state area, Jersey,
Yeah.
without Brooklyn. But it's good to see when they take their lumps. See, all right, so again with football, I don't have a team, but
Okay.
I used to be a big Dallas Cowboys fan addict.
Really, even from being in the tri-state area where the Giants and like that
Cowboys,
league,
Tony Dorsett, Roger Staubach, Danny White,
I feel you.
Drew Pearson, Tony Hill, Charlie Waters, Everson Walls, Harvey Martin, Too Tall Jones, those Randy White.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but considering the state of affairs and Jerry Jones is how he played that Colin Kaepernick situation, I was like, man, it's hard to even really follow the NFL, period, because of the way things are. But the Dallas Cowboys is like, so I feel my way through the season, see who's impressive. I probably will root for Shador. I want to see him do his thing, and
I do too, but
should-
but not against my Bengals though. So sorry.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
you're good though. It's all good. It's all
What y'all
love.
think- What you think the Bengals gonna do this year? What's going on?
I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna do is basically it as long as our ragtag offensive line can keep him off his back. Yeah, we have a chance, and I think that we went all in on our money on this year on defense, so we don't have to score 40 points to win a game every game, which relieves a lot of pressure off of the offense, and
Two receivers, bro.
man, Higgins and Chase, and then there's a lot of competition for the slot, and hopefully we have a tight end, so we have some good check down. We have Chase Brown, who's a solid back. He just needs to be able to have some holes opened up for him, and if we can get a good balance of run and passing, which takes the pressure off of like, okay, this is going to pass every down. I'm not a fan of the play calling that we've had since Zach has taken over, but I'm here's the thing, man. I have, ever since I've been born, I've been a Cincinnati Bengals fan through my DNA, and there's been many years of anguish in my son he inherited, because I'm such a Bengals fanatic, he inherited the love for the Bengals. And then, of course, he saw the Super Bowl that happened against the Rams. And he was like, I had to like, I remember like me crying in the first Super Bowl and the second Super Bowl as a young kid. And I was just like, I was just like, yo, man, welcome to being a Cincinnati Bengals fan. And, you know, this is just the way it goes, you know, but I'm excited. I'm really happy that, you know, we're finally spending money and making moves, because I'm not a fan of the Brown family, but I bleed orange and black, and I also bleed Cincinnati Reds, you know, and then with my family always being out here in Denver, when Mike wasn't playing, of course, I was a Denver Nugget fan, but my team was the Chicago Bulls, and, you know, I was a big fan of Michael Jordan, and also, more importantly, I was a fan of Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman is the unsung hero of that team, and any team he's been on, because he was the one.
Soul. Yeah.
Huh?
Heart and soul.
He was the one that put in the dirty work and made everything happen and made everything work. And you hear all of the folks in basketball talk about, regardless of how big he was and how big of a guy he was going up against, he outworked them and always had a way and an angle to get those boards. And he was a G, man. Like I love Dennis Rodman, man. And all his quirks, I accept them all. You know what I mean? But, you know, Dennis Rodman was, you know, and that team was great. And of course you had Phil Jackson, and it was just a great nucleus, you know, and it was a special time.
Yeah. The 90s.
The 90s. Yeah. Where you could like touch people up and there was no such thing as flopping.
Yeah, come on. Dennis Rodman was like the biggest flopper ever. Come on, man, stop that. Like, all right, you gotta stop.
He was
that.
trolling people though. Yes.
Oh,
Jordan was a flopper too.
It's always like we gotta, you know, this is my personal take, right? You have these the memories of the glory days when everything was perfect. That never existed. There was a lot of bad basketball in the 90s, to be honest with you, especially in the 80s. A lot of bad basketball. Basketball is different.
They were sniffing a lot back then.
You couldn't play zone. You couldn't play zone.
No.
Which there's no help side defense. Right. So I can go one-on-one. I can bring my whole offensive team and sit them up on the top side of the free throw line. All the defenders have to come up. I have a clear shot to let nobody stop at Michael Jordan. Like, that's not happening. You could hand check. You could actually put your hand on somebody and control where they went. Now you have to move your feet on defense.
Yes, you do.
You got to cover a lot of space because the three-point shooting, 1 through 5 can hit threes. So now you got to cover mad space. I'm not saying one is better than the other. I'm just saying it's mad different. But Vlade Divac was a flopper. Dennis Rodman was a flopper. Yeah. Michael Jordan was a flopper. Like, you try to gain any competitive advantage that you can get. Does it go overboard sometimes? Absolutely. Absolutely goes overboard. We hate seeing it. But I hate when people pretend like they didn't do it in the 90s.
Nah, it started there. I have to say, absolutely, it started there. There's no doubt about it. Was there a basketball player or a player that you absolutely hated?
Hated?
Like you was just like, ooh, I can't stand that cat.
Larry Bird, because I wanted to see Boston lose.
Okay. He just was anti-Boston all the way.
I was a Philly fan, Dr. J. You know, him and Bird used to knuckle it up.
They did.
To knuckle up on the court. It was throwing joints. So I was a Dr. J fan, and when Jordan came into the league, I became a Jordan fan.
Gotcha. All right.
I transitioned from Jordan to Kobe and Shaq.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. And then I transitioned to LeBron. I've been a LeBron fan ever since he's been in the league.
So where you think he's going to head up, or where he's going to end up this year?
And I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's so many places he could, and every place has its own value.
Yeah.
Cleveland, of course, because it's the home team, it's the home squad, it's the story, it's the 360 degrees.
And he
But
retires maybe there, you know what I mean?
right, yeah, you figure. I've been seeing, I don't, it's all type of speculation, but the Cleveland's trying to work to get Kyrie Irving to come on over. So
Man.
You get Kyrie, LeBron, Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen. That could go to the chip.
Yeah.
If he goes to Philly, LeBron, Jalen Brown, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, DJ Escombe, that could go to the finals.
There's even rumors of him coming
San
here.
Antonio, that could go to the finals.
Oh yeah.
Him on Minnesota, that can go to the finals.
Him on Denver, because there's
Him
always
on
talk.
Denver.
He owns property here, and there's rumors of flying around here. Of course, the local rumor mill that he's been trying to get here.
Denver with Joker. Oh my God, LeBron, Jamal Murray, Joe. That's what I'm saying. Like,
But you have that veteran. That's the reason why I hope for it. Like the knowledge that he brings, like his IQ in football and basketball, and have him, on the court and also in the locker room and being able to do, all of that. It is just super, super huge I'm all in for him. I'm like, let's go, let's get him.
we watched him willingly fall back and be the third option last year,
Yeah.
and was one of the best third options in the league. Luca and AR go down, he has to be the first option and does it seamlessly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who else does that at 41 years old?
Who else is still playing at the level he's playing at 41 years
At
old?
41 years, nobody. So it's just, it's to me, it's good to see. I'm a LeBron fan, as you can all see.
Mhm.
It's good to see that no matter what, he will be going out on top. Like, not necessarily a chip, but he goes
I
out on
hope he gets a chip.
Huh?
I hope he gets a chip on his way
Well,
out.
no, I definitely hope he gets one. But I mean,
Yeah.
the league is a tough league, man. It's tough. There's no guarantees.
Especially the West, you know.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
The East is starting to come. Yeah.
Man, it could be New York, of course. They're the champs. New York could repeat. Miami, what are they going to do in terms of get some shooters on that team? It's rumors that he might end up back in Miami. LeBron.
Yeah.
So that's up in the air. You got Philly. Philly's nasty right now.
Yes, they are.
I think if Washington, D.C., the Wizards keep AD, I think they'll be a lot better this year. Contending for a chip, probably not, but I think that they'll give some competition for folks. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Atlanta. I don't know. The East is not as bad as it's been, man. It's like last 8 championships have been split 4-4. West.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great. I mean, basketball is really just such an enjoyable sport right now, and they continue to thrive, and I love it. I love watching basketball. We're a humongous sports family here, so that's kind of what we do. So I want to get into. You've mentioned MAD IZM. I want to know about the cannabis venture. So please walk us through how that all transpired and like from its inception to where you are now.
So I was on the retail side for about 10 years, late 90s, 2000s. The underground retail side, if you know what I mean.
Yes, sir.
Became known as the guy. Things happened. I stopped. When I stepped back into the industry, it's been more about branding than anything else. Of course, I have the company. I do ciphers. So again, on the retail side, we have vendors come through. I have a product line in the tri-state area MAD IZM. It's based out of Newark. But again, it's not. I don't have a strain yet.
Okay.
That hasn't popped off, and just watching how the cannabis industry is, retail is crazy. It's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really really hard unless you have major investment to do a brick and mortar.
Hmm.
It becomes difficult. You got to have long paper to really. Raekwon tried to do something in Newark, New Jersey, Hashatoria,
Okay.
last year, and they stayed open for about 3 months, 4 months.
Mm.
Ice T and Tretch did something in Jersey City, stayed open for about 3, 4 months.
Why is that? Because of legislation and all of the red tape around it.
It's the taxes are high
Yeah.
on it. The underground market is still, I
Popping.
mean, is still popping. Um, because the taxes are high, of course, on the retail side, on the legal side, everything else becomes more expensive. So
Hmm.
it's like, why pay $85 for an eighth here when I can get that shit for $30 over here?
Hmm.
What are we doing, right?
Yeah.
So that level of investment, you really you gotta have long pockets. So that's that. Growing, I can't sit still. I've tried. I've tried, but it didn't work out. So you got to know your lane. You got to know your space. Now in terms of being the cultural ambassador to, in terms of being the event coordinator, architect of the experience,
Hmm.
MAD IZM is that thing. And then we let people exist in their own lanes, and we build coalitions and bring people to the fold. So 24 hours apiece is the annual event that we do in North New Jersey. I'm doing an official 24 hours apiece after party,
Okay.
MAD IZM Cypher, in partnership with Punchline Academy, Shade 45, Sirius XM. So we're gonna do an ill cipher. All your favorite local hot New Jersey MCs gonna be in the building. Big shout out to Piff James. Big shout out to Reek 050. Big shout out to everybody in Newark that got them bars. Left Guns, what up? We're gonna be at Turbo Turf Field, August 29th, after party for the 24 hours apiece. Cannabis 420 friendly. Big shout out to Cool Brands. Big shout out to Smoking Classics. And we're gonna give you an excellent hip hop cannabis experience.
When you gonna take a nap, fam? Because you can go 24 hours strong, and then you're going right into an after party. Whoa.
Oh yeah, we gotta make it happen. So
Yeah.
24 hours apiece. I'll be up from about probably 7:30 that morning. Production starts at 8. I probably won't get there till about 11:30, 12. Sound check 3:34, hopefully. We go live at 6. I'm hosting until about probably 1:30, 2 o'clock. Then I'm probably gonna
Gotcha.
run back, check in a little bit. But I'm
Hmm.
back at it at 7:30 for yoga.
Okay.
Basketball is life, activation, basketball as a life skills tool. It's crazy. Um, and then spoken word at 12. I'll probably dip and see the seniors, have something to eat with them real quick. Can't stay long. You know what I'm saying? Gotta go get with the seniors though. It's always a great time hanging out with
Absolutely.
the seniors for like 20 minutes. And then I'll run back over to basketball is life and make sure that's going the way it needs to go. Spoken word at 12. We're gonna do an ill town hall, a podcasters town hall. I got some special podcasters lined up. We're gonna have a conversation about podcasting and community activation. Um,
That's dope.
then we're back to performances about 2:33. We're doing a step show. We got DJ Lil Taj,
Mm.
heavy hitters. He's gonna do a set, bring out some special folks. I got a special. I don't even want to announce this right here. I've been trying to do this for about 4 years, 3 years.
Give us that exclusive.
Nah, I can't do it right now.
All
Right?
right, I feel you. All right.
You know
I
what?
had to ask.
No, I can't. I can't do it. I can't do it because if it doesn't happen, then I'm gonna be upset.
I get you.
It's sensitive, but anyway, we got Fetty Wap. We got Mariah the Scientist. Big shout out to DJ Little Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, That's what
That's
we do.
dope. What was it that inspired you to and pushed you to do that in the first place?
Seeing the Newark Anti-Violence Coalition do a demonstration for 5.5 years, rain, sleet, hail, snow. South Ward Councilman at the time, Raz Baraka, leading the charge, along with some community activists and like being, tapped into community activism since the late 80s, having those relationships and just reconnecting, seeing what they're doing and knowing that I could be an add-on to what was going on. Hip hop is that add-on.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love the fact that, it's also getting back to the core foundation and the roots of hip hop, where hip hop, especially like with breaking and the parties and everything like that, was to help, settle, gang and to try to put a stop and put positive energy towards something instead of allowing youth to,
Yeah.
basically run wild. You had something, organized structure that was knowledge based and it was community based and gave people something positive to do. And you
Yep.
had an opportunity to give people that didn't necessarily have a space to be creative to be creative, right? And they were like, man, this is me.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw it go down with the self-destruction, stop the
Yeah.
violence movement. We all in the same game. And like again, just the culture, the De La Souls, the X Clans, Tribe Called Quest, hairstyles, the jewelry, the African medallions, you walk through New York City and every corner there's a book stand.
Yes, sir.
And you're digesting all this information from all these great authors, all these great philosophies, all these great. It was dialogue at Washington Square Park. You go to Washington Square Park, 1988, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94. During the summer, there's debates and there's ciphers where, yeah, we spit rhymes, and we also building over, what we learned over the last whatever. And it was a whole experience, and the music was just an expression of that. So we're hearing it in the music, but we're living it in real life.
Yeah.
You could walk to go to Washington Square Park and run into Queen Latifah. You could run into Tribe Called Quest. You could run into one of the members of the X Clan and the Black Watch movement. Like you got Lumumba Carson, son of Sonny Carson. You got, of course, Brother X, Brother J, excuse me, Professor X, Sugar Shaft, Paradise, but they're connected to the Black Watch movement, which was a community organization that protested the murder of Gavin Cato, and the Hasidim were doing a funeral procession, and one of the cars jumped the curb and killed a little girl. No, killed a little boy, Gavin Cato. I think the little girl survived. The Jewish-run, Hasidic-run ambulance service came to the rescue of the guy driving the car, not the kids under the car. Left him there. This was Brooklyn, 1991, I think, 1990. 1990. So, I was talking about, now I know why I was talking about Video Music Box. So, Video Music Box, you would see this character, Professor X, Lumumba Carson from the X Clan. This is before you heard music. It was him, it was Brother J, Paradise, Sugar Shaft. And they would come on segments of Video Music Box, just out the blue. You'd be watching music videos. You might see Ralph McDaniels at a club, and people would be giving shout outs. And then it would cut to Professor X saying some words of wisdom or words of empowerment. He's got a red, black, and green hat. He's got jewelry in his nose, got the big earrings. They're standing there, like I'm talking about Afrocentric, like straight out the bush, Afrocentric, like straight. When you say pimp strut, it looked like, and you like, what the fuck is this shit? Like it's actually culture shock because I'm in Jersey. I'm in East Orange, New Jersey. These cats are in Brooklyn, but they have a connection to a past because of Sonny Carson and the other elders in the Brooklyn community who still held on to that Afro history, Afrocentric history, Afrocentric politic, Pan-African thought. So in the music, when you get to X-Clan the music, you've already been watching these cats for like a year going, what the fuck is this? And then you hear the music and you're going, oh, it's them. Like it was mind-blowing, was very necessary for a cultural shift, because right before then, you had jewelry and expensive shit, and you know, the Louis Vuitton, Gucci, MCM,
Dapper Dan, yeah.
Brothers, you getting your Wranglers and you getting the seats done over in Louis Vuitton and MC. You doing all these things. You the BMs and the Mercedes Benzes and the like. All that thing was like a thing, and then there was a shift where we was on some pro-black, non-materialistic, self-pride, and the music had a lot to do with that. That was the music. So I'm having a back and forth with folks right now about this Spin That record. And though I think artists should be able to say whatever it is they want to say, we should never stifle an artist's voice. However, the machine doesn't have to push everything either. And that's like the conundrum, because you can just put things out and somebody's willing to put money behind it. You can exploit the ignorance that's out there. And I think that's a representation of exploiting ignorance. But I think people should have the right to exploit ignorance in artistic form if they want to. It's a conundrum.
It's freedom of speech, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's freedom of speech, absolutely. But it's also understanding that, life and death is in the power of the tongue.
That
And that
part.
we can speak things into existence, positive and negative.
Absolutely.
Right. So that's the thing, is this tool we have called art, can be used to empower us collectively or empower us selfishly, which doesn't ever seem to last long. It just has its run and it burns out. And it's like, goddamn, here's another opportunity. We could have really did some shit, but ignorance is gonna be ignorant.
And it seems like that's what they always push first and foremost.
Yeah. Yeah.
And-
Unfortunately, yeah.
You were a part of the time where you seen the shift in regards to what was being pushed. You know what I mean? And there's been that conspiracy where there was the meeting where there was people that, got together and decided that this is what's going to happen and what they were going to push and that agenda. Do you, as being an insider and being around folks, was that real?
That's absolutely real, because it happens in every marketing meeting, every advertising meeting, right? So it also had people could research the Harvard report. The Harvard report was a think tank commissioned by CBS Records under Clive Davis to study how to control the message and the profit of Black music. And, the idea was to identify popular individuals and throw money at them. And that became the creation of the Black Music Department, which on one hand served to be the catalyst for some huge artists, including the GOAT, Michael Jackson, as a solo artist. But it also created the blueprint, the hijacking of independent music, the hijacking of Black music, having the power to decide what the messaging is and how it goes out. That was all strategized through the Harvard report. So yeah, I don't think the conspiracy that people say was like they're like, I don't think that happened. No,
Gotcha.
I don't think that needs to happen at that point. We know what the blueprint is, and we control the message. So we don't want, like, when you really trace the lines to the source of it all, like, they're not co-signing the awakening. Like, we're not doing that. We're not going to fund the awakening. No,
Yeah.
keep people blind, deaf, and dumb, and consuming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like that in every business aspect, right? Yeah.
Yeah, man. We're going to keep people blind, deaf, and dumb, and consuming.
Yeah.
And when you can't consume, we done with you.
Yeah. But I think, the biggest thing is that there's still artists that have a true identity that do cut through, and you do get that opportunity still, like, and when they do get an opportunity to shine, and they are able to get past all of the gatekeeping that may try to suppress their message, that's the reason why they're so powerful and they make such a big impact.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you, because you're listed as having part of Scarface's documentary, like,
Associate producer, yeah.
yeah. So tell me about that, because, Scarface is definitely one of my, I don't like giving like a top 10 and putting people in order. I just like all my ones, you know what I mean? All the people that are, and
Well,
Mr.
no, well, you talking about Scarface the artist.
Yeah.
This is the 30th anniversary of Scarface the movie. It was a
Oh,
documentary.
Scarface movie. Okay. All right.
Yeah, it was
Gotcha.
the 30th anniversary of Scarface the movie that Universal put out.
Oh, I
And
know all about that. So you were a part of that.
yeah, Benny Boom directed the documentary of it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So that's how I got involved in that project.
What was your role in that? Like, as far as associate producer?
It's a talent coordinator. I got Idris Alba to be involved, and we interviewed him. That was about it. That was about it. That's when the
Gotcha.
Benny Boom movement was really moving, and that was one of the projects that came through the doors. Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. Then. All right, cool. My apologies for getting that,
No, it's all good.
twisted.
It's all good. Hey, shout out to Scarface, the MC, Ghetto Boys, no doubt, one of the legends.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, it's
Never had
Scarface.
I've never had the opportunity to work with him though. Yeah, that would be a bucket list uh, activity if I could work with Scarface. Yeah,
But I mean, you've worked with so many of the bucket list artists, and you have close personal relationships with them, and when the self-destruction movement was relaunched, right? And you worked with Chris on that, can you tell me about that and how that came about?
Yacht reconnected with KRS-One around 2006, 2007, and he had been wanting to restart the Stop the Violence movement. So I took on the role of helping him to create the nonprofit and create some activity around it. We did the project Self Construction, which was a single featuring Nelly of all people, because he and KRS had the little tension at one point.
Yeah, man.
But when the call went out for Nelly to be a part of this peace movement, he hopped on board. We had Nelly, we got Redman, we had Busta, Talib Kweli, Rod Digger, Rocket T from Dilated Peoples. Who else we had? Neo was on the record. Big shout out to Dwayne DeRock, who produced it. So we put that out as a call to action for the hip hop community to come together, peace, love, unity, safety, having fun. Hurricane Katrina had happened, and we did some things down in the New Orleans community around Hurricane Katrina, some relief effort. Chris was on the ground doing his thing. We did a Stop the Violence movement tour in Texas. Big shout out to Chris Proper. Little 2 weeks touching down with the Houston, Dallas, Austin community around anti-violence. And then I leave Chris in the Stop the Violence movement. I go back to Newark. And this is when we kick off what would be 24 Hours of Peace. I started an organization called the For Life Initiative, and created programming with an organization called IYO, International Youth Organization. And then that's kind of how 24 Hours of Peace jumps off. So, Stop the Violence movement really get me back in the community activism, nonprofit world, and then taking that and running with it. And that's how 24 Hours of Peace jumps off.
Out of all of your ventures, which do you find that you get the most enjoyment and personal benefit, or personal, I guess, joy?
I'd probably say 24 Hours of Peace. Just that day and what it represents, and in the company and what's been born out of it. So, being able to be the culture,
Yes.
Like, not just rapping, DJing, breakdancing, graffiti, but also in education, the knowledge element,
Knowledge. Yes.
right? You know, doing these workshops, power of the spoken word, basketball is life. You know, using metaphors and similes, basketball is the lifestyles teaching tool. You know, that's powerful, and all of it's hip hop. So
Yeah, absolutely. Yo, I mean, basically that in itself is such a great movement and everything like that. I love it. And I have to ask you in regards to your relationship with KRS-One throughout the years. You know, how
all
did
right,
that?
so can we do it? Can we do a quick solid?
Yeah.
Play the video Reckless while I go handle some business,
Yes, sir.
and that'll be the
Reckless.
question to come back with after Reckless.
All right, y'all. He'll be right back. And while we do that, we will get into the video Reckless. Y'all give me 1 second. We'll get that pulled up. And I will do this for you, fam. Let's see here. Boom. There you go. Let's see here. Reckless. And if you guys are new here, please do that. Do us a solid. Hit like, follow, subscribe, all notification bell. We're streaming on multiple different platforms. Shout out to City World, from our city to your world. We are City World. Basically, we do this, and for the next 4 weeks, I've got at least interviews on every single Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And we are working to fill in spots on Wednesdays, which were originally our normal night. So make sure that you tune in and you be a part of this, and follow, share it out. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch at GhostBoogie66, like it says on my name, and Kick, and YouTube is at B-Boys Underground. Facebook is B-Boys Underground. And with that being said, let's get into the video Reckless by the one and only Hakim Green, y'all. Like this.
Too many black bodies falling. Come on, brothers, love one another. Put down the gun. Let's go.
Any place, anytime, anyone can get it. Bust that gap, pills of water when I wet it. I owe niggas shots like doctors paid on credit. The white good K kid who wanna catch it. Nigga claim gangsta, let me see him rep it. Dog want a bone, come fight or fetch it. It's hectic, we caught him heading for the exit. Cat straight pussy, hold spots like a leopard. I come with crook and flail the flock, need a shepherd. Hang with hooks and nails, the Glock, spray like pepper. Clear out the block, then moving like a settler. Chop down trees, make it rain like the weather. They call me king of rock, I'm tougher than leather. With the heavy clip, trigger light as a feather. With the HK, I'm like Koch with the heckler. Play my pawns like chess, this ain't checkers. I'm reckless, and you caught up in the nexus. New Jersey drive, my dude about the Lexus. Gun real big like I get them shits from Texas. Hollow tips, hollow out core, solo plexus. My nigga reckless, he's living reckless. Scratch your itch hill, snatch your necklace, a hooligan and wretched. Outcast like a leper, nightfall hit, he get it quick like a leopard. In the jungle, makes you humble, where seas don't wave and bees don't fumble. What up, player, right here, rough and tumble. I suggest y'all niggas step before y'all niggas stumble. Any place, anytime, anyone can do it. Putting bodies in the casket, family's gonna view it. Mother carried flowers, father never knew it. Wasn't there to raise the baby, and the block won't excuse it. YG claimed blood, OG said prove it. Try to push weight, but little nigga couldn't move it. First he starts to use it, then he starts to lose it. Now blood on his door like the little nigga Jewish. Caught up on the block, twisted like a Rubik's. Bricks weighing grams, caskets measure cubits. Bodies keep dropping, families going through it. Brothers on the run like Jesse, you can do it. Living fast and furious with guns in the Buick. Everybody stick 'em up, and I ain't trying to glue it. Lawyers out to sue it. The courts won't excuse it. Black body in a chair and the judge said executed. Think this shit is glorious? My nigga, don't be stupid. Mother broken hearted, but the shooter wasn't Cupid. Evil goes around like the devil chopped and screwed it. 3-6 mafia like Bishop started juicing. My nigga reckless, he's living reckless. Scratch the itch, he'll snatch a necklace. A hooligan and wretched, outcast like a leper. Nightfall hit, he get it quick like a leopard. In the jungle, makes you humble. Where seas don't wave and bees don't fumble. What up, player? Right here, we're off and tumble. I suggest y'all niggas step before y'all niggas stumble.
And we are back. That was Reckless. Tell us about that track right there, man. Give us some tidbits, some morsels, and set the table for us on that one.
Yeah, so Reckless was actually inspired by a real life person named Reckless who had a nice little run for like a summer. We had it was actually Brooklyn. He had a neighborhood in Brooklyn under siege for like a good summer. And by like November, September, all his bad deeds kind of caught up to him. So I always wanted to do a song about Reckless as a warning to all the young folks out there to live life carefully, live by the sword, die by the sword. Any place, anytime, anyone can get it.
Mm-hmm.
You can be, laying down the law and quickly, shit flips. And
yeah,
Reckless.
People don't realize how precious life is and how quick it just taken away from. Like I said, not to keep saying, but I've died twice, and neither time when that happened was it something where I was like, "Oh, I'm finna die." It was just when they said "Welcome back," I'm like,
"Yeah,
man, where I go?" Like, so and if you talk about being shook, it definitely changes who you are and how you move, and you appreciate the days and times that you have. And I think being young, I never thought about that stuff, right? I mean, that's the thing about youth, you take it for granted. And as you get older, you start, and especially as you start getting on the other side of 50, it starts to be like, oh, I got more behind me than I possibly do in front of me, and man, how fast is this going?
Yeah, that's real. And then you see other people who were just here.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Other side of 50, I'm losing a lot of folks.
Yes.
I came up with, and say all that to say is, don't cherish life. Don't be reckless.
Yes. Dope. That's a dope concept, man. Dope video. Who shot that for you?
Turtle Gang, my boy Norris, aka Naru. Yeah, he does a lot of my stuff. He did the Cypher video, Stolen Art video. I've been working with him for a while now. Yeah.
That's
Turtle
dope,
Gang, salute.
Shout out to Turtle Gang, man. You got such a tight knit community and army around you of such gifted and talented individuals. And getting back to where I wanted to ask, tell me about how the mentorship, you started speaking for him and opening for him, but when he was giving his talks, and then of course he helped with MAD IZM and the Channel Live movement, but it's been something where it's been a continuing theme where you guys continue to come together and make all of these dope projects, and they're all, really about moving the culture forward, right? Which is, KRS-One's not going to be putting itself, and associating itself with any bullshit. You know what I mean? It's all going to be strictly about hip hop and for the culture and moving it forward and keeping it real. So the fact that you're someone that he continues to collaborate with, and you work with him on a regular basis, that speaks volumes as far as who you are as an individual and an artist and an activist and a community leader and everything that you have under your umbrella. But tell me about your relationship with KRS-One.
Yeah, I mean, I think we met knowledge. That was the knowledge. There's a respect for the knowledge that we bring. And, I bring value. So I think he respects that. I don't come and just hang around.
Yeah.
I'm always looking to do something, that benefits the community,
Mm-hmm.
and I think he comes from the same space. So to see somebody like-minded who gets it done, because he definitely, he runs through people.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been around the KRS-One orbit. They're no longer there. But I just try to create my own lane. So whenever we reconnect, there's value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not just like, hey, let me hang around. And yeah, no, I totally get that, because there's you can tell when there's a lot of folks like that. Have you ever faced any pressure in regards to when, any point in your career, you always hear about, like you said, the hangarounds and the entourages and I'm sure that you have witnessed, even if you haven't had to deal with it on your own, but like as an artist, where people will try to attach themselves to you to benefit or have ulterior motives. Like, how do you navigate that, especially when it's someone that's close to you, maybe?
It's hard. It's difficult. Generally speaking, people don't really know what their purpose is. They just like to feel good. So if they're in an atmosphere that makes them feel good, that's where they want to be. And then at the same time, people are selfish. So when they see things, opportunities that excite their short-sightedness, because they really don't have a purpose, they really don't know what they want. They go after it, without respect for the relationship, or they don't even think they really mean any harm, other than they feel good in the environment that you help create for that time, because then it flips. You know what I'm saying? When shit ain't good, then, jokers kind of drift off.
Yeah.
You get left for dead. I've been left for dead. Oh yeah, I've been left for dead. I've been left, when I say left for dead, left for like, oh, he's done. He's never gonna rebound. He's never gonna come back. Oh, he fell off. He's the one hit wonder. But it's like, if you really took a look at all the hits that I've created or been a part of, like, God damn, this dude is like it's amazing. But I try to stay humble and just have purpose for myself. Know why I'm there. Know why I'm in the room. Know what I bring. If I can bring anything, maybe I can't bring anything. If I can't bring anything, then I don't need to be there. If I can't add on, then I don't need to be there. Because then you just become a hanger-on. You don't want to do that.
Nah.
You want to create your own environment where you can be comfortable with yourself, and you can be selective as who you invite into your environment, who you share your energy with.
Yeah.
Takes a minute to learn that, but you get it. You get the hang of it.
Yeah. I mean, one of my favorite songs was by Slave, Steve Arrington, Nobody Can Be You But You.
You but you.
Yeah, man. And that's one of my theme songs, because, and honestly, it takes a long time for people to be able to really embrace that and know that and find that and learn that lesson. And you see a lot of people, trying to, basically be somebody for somebody else, and look a certain way for somebody else, instead of like figuring out who you are, figuring out what it is that you want to do, and be genuine about it. And the people that are genuine and that are truly themselves are the ones that cut through and people get behind.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah, man. So mad love to you on that, man. You know, getting into the projects that you currently have. So Reckless is one of the newer ones. And what do you have? Can you tell the folks what do you have coming out and what your plans are currently?
The Hakim Green Show, Music and Culture. The Hakim Green Show is a podcast that I do on the MAD IZM platform. It's also going to be the music offering that I put out. So as Carl Thomas gets done with his vocals. He's holding up the process.
Shout out to Carl Thomas.
Yeah. I got this song called Rap Star, and it's crazy. So I got another joint called Don't Sell Your Ass.
Yes.
And I wanted Carl to be on that one, but he didn't want to be on that one. He said, so he cooked up another song called Rap Star, which is it's a much bigger song. It's much bigger. Oh my God, this song is fucking phenomenal. But it's like the part 2 of Don't Sell Your Ass. It's like you can be great, you can be a star, you can be your heart's desire without being an asshole, without fucking taking advantage of motherfuckers, without being taken advantage of, without you can do this thing and be a good person. It's kind of like the message. It's just dope.
Yeah,
Really
you know, one of the dope tracks that you've got out, you know, the Cypher with KRS-One.
With KRS-One, yeah.
Yeah, man. And shout out to Hood Hippies, shout out to Midget Mike, shout out to Birdie, shout out to everybody that's tuned in live. Much love to y'all. And again, if you have questions, put them in the chat and we'll ask. You know, I wanted to get into the video of the Cypher. How'd that come together? And, you know, what was, give us some tidbits, some morsels to give some extra flavor to watching it.
Cypher, man. We talking about hip hop culture. The Cypher is everything in hip hop culture.
Yes.
Dancing, b-boying, whether it's spinning records in the Cypher, whether it's, you know, being MCs and going around the Cypher, whether it's, you know, representing the cannabis culture and being in a Cypher. The Cypher is, you know, means so much to the culture. And of course, KRS-One means so much to the culture, so he's on it. Big shout out to Ron Lawrence for the track, the Cypher.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, cause that's a big thing in regards to, you know, how do you feel like that part, because you put this out and when you put it out and what your messaging was is, you know, how important it is and the structure and how folks maybe had gotten away from the true tradition of what it used to be and how it means to be, you know, and what it.
Well, you got to remind them. You got to create the art that represents that thing, so people will know that thing still exists. You know, it's like, so that's what I try to do with my music, with everything that I do, is just be the thing. You know, yeah, we can sit and critique it. We can say what we don't have and what's not this and what's not that. Well, then we have. That's hip hop is, oh, word, your shit's dope. Show me. Show and prove. Show me. So that's what this is about. It's the Cypher. Hop in. That's why we got the MAD IZM Cypher. It's got the official after party for 24 hours apiece is going to be a Cypher. The MAD IZM Cypher. Big shout out to Punchline Academy. Big shout out to all the local MCs in the Newark area that's going to be at the MAD IZM Cypher. This is after 24 hours of peace.
Crazy.
The MAD IZM Cypher. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Y'all got me wanting to figure out a cheap ticket and just be there like, all right, and then I'm going to get right back on the plane and fall asleep on the way home. But we're going to get into this music video, the Cypher, right here real quick, and we'll be right back. Check this one out.
It's called the Cypher. Hey, yo, what is a Cypher? What's a Troy? It's called the Cypher. Yo, it's called the Cypher. We can build, but destroy. The cipher is a circle with all points connected, where you get your boogie off and the weak get disrespected. The cipher is so sacred, takes place on hollow ground. B-boys seek the battle on a mission to follow sound. Beatbox DJ, banging on the table is the way we settle beef since the days of Cain and Abel. Ask Pop Master Fable, the jams at DMC, with DJs battle for world supremacy. The cipher's not always round, but always on the square. Breakers be on the ground, but I'm gonna put the weed in the air. The cipher's like the wheels of steel and scratch, it makes me itch. I get hyper with the lyrical skills when the DJ catch my pitch. When the fader's being switched, everything live in the mix, but still off the cut like I wear it on my wrist.
What is a cipher? What is a cipher? The cipher, the cryptic writer, the mind igniter. I'm a rhymer designer, a line after line of rhymer. See, I'm an 80s rhymer, the crazy kind of you can't phase me rhymer. I write raw shit like I'm writing on baby diapers. I blaze these ciphers with basic shit. Savage, I'm on that kill for 8 type shit. Hit after hit, all classics, spit in the grit. You talk that hickory dick, you getting lickety split. This what you get, you ain't taking nothing from me. The goat that steps to KRS is the goat that's getting curry. Brain matter, I'm the original face slapper. It's been so many years, you must have forgot we used to chase rappers. Now I'm bust on these nappy-headed hoes, I must. You ain't bad boy, talk big, get your eye popped. That fake shit's not us, you know how Fresh Prince is. Career killer, I write death sentences. Hey, 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 yo, what is a cipher? Hey, hey, yo, what is a cipher? What is a cipher? What is a cipher? What is a cipher?
Time is of the essence, every breath another second. I'm down by martial law, fighting through the game like Tekken. I ain't got no weapon when I camel walk like Johnny. Ringing bells when I rock the mic is poison like I'm Ronnie. Bob and weave through the edition, pull off in a new edition. Rapping is fundamental, whack MCs be steady riffing. I just stay in my lane when I'm on a scout like Kiffin. Look for volunteers when there's a drought, I'm in the kitchen. Cooking up some special treats, not talking trout when I'm fishing. I cruise through a hunt with heavy clout when I'm on a mission. I'm special with the verse, every line in education. While I wrestle with the verse, I rhyme in meditation. Standing on one leg, balanced on a lotus, but still packed an eye for judgmental niggas who ain't the SCOTUS. You can roll with this when you done past the lighter. Rhymes going counterclockwise around the cipher.
What is a cipher? What is a cipher? What is a cipher?
It's the ism. Man.
I was stuffing my mouth. Sorry about that.
Oh, you good, fam? You good, fam? No problem. And I've got you up late, and I want to say how much I appreciate your time and you coming on my platform and our platform and blessing us with this opportunity. And because you are part of hip hop royalty, and you are
thank you, my friend.
You are a jewel in the crown that is hip hop that's keeping it real, and I cannot express my gratitude to what you are doing, and the fact that you continue to try to create positivity in a space that 9 times out of 10 is broadcasted to the masses as something negative. And in the pop culture, it gets a certain angle and a view when it's not that. It's really not that. And hip hop is still alive. It's never died. So there's one last question that I had on the books to ask you, and that is, you worked with Nas on Get Yourself a Gun, but also
I worked with Benny Boom on Got Yourself a Gun.
Gotcha.
Benny Boom got the video.
All right.
It was because of the treatment idea, which I came up with, but it was Benny who got the video, and then I helped him write the treatment.
Got it.
And I went.
So,
Nas,
but
I don't even think Nas knows I had anything to do with it.
okay.
But I'm the brainchild of the whole concept, so I like to take my credit.
Now you also, when I came across the research, it is said, or you had mentioned that you were the bridge to kind of helping Jay and Nas squash the beef.
All right, so this is the way this goes. You had the beef between Jay and Nas. You had Jay put out Takeover.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he put out Super Ugly yet, but Nas dropped Got
Ether.
Yourself.
Oh, got you. So yeah.
Woke up this morning,
Got yourself.
got yourself a gun. So when we first heard that song, we all knew he's talking to Jay. Woke up this morning, got yourself a gun. So Columbia put out sent out the different video directors treatments, requests for treatments. Benny caught wind of it. Benny had already directed Uchiwali for Nas. So he was kind of in that network, got the request. And the directive was whoever comes up with the best treatment, that's what I'm going with. Right? So he was going to do something else with somebody else. I was a club promoter at Club Envy in New York City. And I'm upstairs in the DJ booth, and Benny runs up. Yo, I just left Horse. And he said if I write the treatment and give it to him ASAP, he would submit it to Nas. You got to help me write this treatment. So I'm sitting there and I'm going, yo, what if you did, because of this beef, and the song itself is an open threat. Woke up this morning. All right. What if you did the reenactment of the assassination of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King? Thought about it. I said, you know what? Nah, bad idea. That'll go over everybody's head. What if you did the reenactment of the assassination of Big and Pac and have Nas play both Big and Pac? Benny thought about that shit. Yo, that shit is crazy. Oh, that shit is dope. So we home that night. We write up the treatment. He submits it. Nas loves it. Benny got the video. So that's how that came into fruition.
Damn. Gotcha. And was there anything that you have to say in regards to like the overall?
So let me just write the Cypher video at the end you just flashed up.
Mm-hmm.
It's a picture of me and Phil Pabone, who's a legendary B-boy. He was down with the Iniche fashion crew. He ended up running South Pole clothing line.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Very, very influential person at the Source magazine. Very influential person. If you can go back to that pic one more time.
Yes, sir.
That's still very influential in Source magazine. Also, Voodoo Ray, legendary B-boy, dancer extraordinaire, MC, both very close friends of mine who passed away some time ago. These two guys were just extremely important to the culture, equally important to the culture. Yeah.
Dope. Well, rest in peace to them, fam. All right. Well, hey, man, I want to say thank you so much. And everyone, thank you for tuning in. Man, we've got the one and only Hakim Green on B-Boys Underground.
Watch out for 24 Hours of Peace, August 28th, August 29th. We got DMC, MC Light, Eric Sermon, Brother J, Memphis Bleak, Freeway, Yvette Michelle, Fetty Wap, Mariah the Scientist, and a special surprise I can't announce yet. Big shout out to DJ Little Man. Big shout out to DJ Taj. Oh, don't forget to shout out Ron G and DJ Duop and DJ Quad.
Yeah,
it's crazy. 24 hours straight.
24 hours straight. And right there is the website that you can check it out. That's the hub right there at MAD IZM.
We'll give you one more. 24hoursofpeaceinc.com.
Yes, sir.
24 HRSOFPEACEINC
And it is, the link to that is in the description as well. And let me pull that up so you guys can see.
I appreciate that.
I want them to be able to click on that link right now.
It's the biggest event in the tri-state area. That's into the summer event. You know, it's always off the chain. You hit it with the lineup is 24 hours straight, free concert, peace, love, unity, safely having fun.
Nothing better than free 99, man.
Free 99 is the best.
And you get all of that. So anything, parting words of wisdom for the folks listening that is traveling through this thing we call life, so we can wrap it up, fam?
Man, just tap into your boy Hakim Green, at Hakim Green, HAKIMGREEN. Of course, MAD IZM INC and 24 Hours of Peace Inc. Tap in, tap in.
Tap in, tap in. Well, keep it positive, keep pushing, keep persevering. We'll be back tomorrow with another special episode. And tomorrow night, we've got the one and only. That's going to be DJ Nestle Quick. So, and he's going to be with Tom Wilson, aka SWA. So, looking forward to this,
Tom! Boston in the building.
Even though you don't like the Lakers.
That's the Celtics.
That's what I mean. Celtics. I'm sorry. I told you. Yeah, I had a surgery today. So y'all.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I'm
yeah. So keep present. Much love. We are B-Boys Underground, and from our city to your world, we are City World. Much love. We are out of here. Rallo, y'all.
Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share, follow. From my city to your world, we are City World.